Mahatma Gandhi was born in a small town called Porbandar in India. He came into this world on October 2, 1869. His family was loving and supportive. His father was the town chief, and his mother was a deeply religious woman. Growing up, Mahatma had a warm and caring family that taught him the values of love and kindness. However, life was not always easy. When he was young, he struggled with being shy and often felt alone. As a child, he did not always understand his emotions. He felt fear and sadness, but did not know how to deal with them. The time when Gandhi was growing up was difficult for many people in India. The country was under British rule, and many Indians faced injustice. This unfairness stirred strong feelings in him. Young Gandhi saw how people suffered and felt a strong desire to help. Even as a boy, he believed in the power of truth and fairness. He learned about these values from his mother. She taught him that it is important to stand up for what is right. In his early years, Gandhi was curious about the world around him. He enjoyed reading and loved going to school. He often read stories about famous leaders and knew he wanted to make a difference. He admired leaders who treated people with respect and kindness. Although he was cheerful and curious, there were times when he felt lost. As a teenager, he left home to study in England. This was a big change for him. It was his first time living far away from his family. The new environment made him feel anxious and unsure. He felt like a stranger in a different world. He missed his family and friends. While in England, Gandhi faced many challenges. He had to learn a new style of living. At times, he felt homesick and struggled to fit in. He learned to manage his feelings. One day, while he was a student, he faced a difficult moment with his classmates. He felt embarrassed when they laughed at him. This moment taught him about kindness and empathy. Instead of feeling angry, he learned to respond with understanding. This experience helped him grow and become stronger. Gandhi also learned about health and diet. He became a vegetarian, believing it was kind to animals. This decision helped him develop discipline. His new lifestyle showed him the importance of caring for our bodies and minds. He embraced these changes, which later influenced many people across the world. Even when things seemed hard, he used those feelings to fuel his passion for peace and fairness. As Gandhi learned from his experiences and emotions, he became more aware of the world. Those early years shaped him into a determined leader. He harnessed his feelings to fight for the rights of others. With every challenge he faced, he grew stronger and more focused on his goals. He learned that it was possible to change the world. With hope in his heart, he set out on a journey that would inspire millions. Through his life, he would teach people that they can transform their minds and hearts too. In these early days, Gandhi's story shows us the power of self-awareness. Each struggle was a step toward greatness. Readers can look at their lives through the lens of his journey and believe that they can also embrace their challenges. His tale reminds us to keep our heads high, no matter what obstacles we face. Just like Gandhi, we all have the power to grow and make a difference in the world. As Mahatma Gandhi continued his studies in England, he faced a significant moment of self-discovery. One day, he attended a public meeting where many people gathered to discuss important issues in society. Gandhi listened to many voices, each expressing different opinions and emotions. At that moment, he felt a deep understanding of other people's struggles. He realized that he was not alone in facing challenges, and this made him feel stronger. He began to see that his feelings mattered and that he could help others with their emotional journeys. This realization pushed him to understand and regulate his own emotions better. With this new awareness, Gandhi started to explore his feelings. He learned to listen to himself, to process his worries and fears. For example, after feeling left out in social situations, he noted his feelings of sadness and frustration. Instead of wanting to hide away, he chose to talk about his feelings. He practiced being open and honest. This emotional growth was a turning point for him. He discovered the importance of expressing his emotions wisely. However, as Gandhi moved back to India, he found himself facing new emotional challenges. It was a time of great conflict, and he committed himself to fighting for his country's freedom. While he was excited about this journey, it was also overwhelming. He faced harsh criticism from some people whom he thought were friends, but who did not believe in his methods of peaceful protest. Their harsh words stung. He felt pain and doubt creeping in. At first, it was hard for him to deal with these feelings. He wondered if he was making the right choice. In those hard times, Gandhi leaned on the emotional skills he had developed. Instead of reacting with anger or sadness, he chose to respond with calmness. He wrote down his feelings in his journal. This practice gave him clarity and peace. When people doubted him, he often took a deep breath. Instead of allowing their negativity to control his emotions, he focused on his beliefs. Gandhi knew he was fighting for justice. He held on to that thought to help him stay strong. There were times when he faced public expectations that felt heavy on his shoulders. He was viewed as a leader, and many looked up to him for guidance. This pressure sometimes made him feel anxious. Still, he managed to push through these high-pressure moments. He understood that it was okay to feel these emotions. They did not define him. Instead, they allowed him to connect with others who felt the same way. During this period of rising tension, he used his emotional intelligence to build stronger relationships. He listened to the concerns and fears of those in his community. He held meetings to discuss their troubles and hopes. By doing this, he showed empathy and understanding. People felt seen and heard when they interacted with him. Despite the obstacles he faced, he inspired many to think boldly about change. Through each challenge, Gandhi learned that he had the power to transform his mindset. It was not easy, but he was committed to his journey of emotional growth. He knew these experiences were essential steps toward becoming a better leader. His story reminds us that emotional struggles can lead to significant discoveries, and that we can face our challenges with courage. By leading with our hearts and minds, we too can grow and inspire others in our paths. As Gandhi faced the challenges of leadership, he realized that building emotional intelligence was essential to his mission. He knew that taking care of his mind and heart would help him communicate better with people. With each encounter he had, he practiced self-regulation. When critics spoke harshly, he focused on taking deep breaths. Instead of responding with anger, he chose to stay calm. By controlling his reactions, he felt stronger. He understood that the ability to manage his emotions was a key part of being a good leader. Gandhi also began using mindfulness techniques to boost his awareness. He set aside time each day to reflect on his thoughts and feelings. In the mornings, he often sat quietly under a tree, watching the trees sway in the wind. This time helped him find peace. It allowed him to think about what was important. During these pauses, he discovered a deeper sense of purpose within himself. He examined the hopes and fears he carried. This practice of mindfulness opened his heart and mind, enhancing his ability to empathize with others. As he worked on himself, Gandhi found that his empathy grew. He started to understand the struggles of ordinary people. He listened to their stories and felt the pain of their hardships. When he saw someone unhappy, he reached out with kindness. His ability to connect emotionally with people was magical. He felt their joy when they succeeded and their sorrow when they struggled. This connection allowed him to build trust among his followers. People began to see him as not just a leader, but as someone who truly cared. In doing this, Gandhi also developed key social skills. He organized meetings in his community to bring people together. He encouraged open conversation, fostering an atmosphere of support. During these gatherings, he shared stories of hope and strength. He led with love, which made others feel comfortable expressing their ideas. People felt valued and included. With each new connection, Gandhi brought light to those who felt lost. As his leadership journey unfolded, he faced moments of doubt. Once, he was invited to speak at a large gathering. At first, he was nervous and feared being laughed at. but he remembered the mindfulness exercises he'd practiced. He took a deep breath, centered himself, and stepped onto the stage. When he spoke, his heart guided his words, and he shared his vision for freedom. The crowd listened carefully, and he could feel their energy. At that moment, he knew the power of connection. Even with his growing confidence, challenges appeared constantly. The pressure mounted as he fought for social justice. He faced members of the government who dismissed his fight. At times, he felt hopeless, but he leaned on the support of his friends. They rallied around him, sharing their stories. Their encouragement inspired him to keep pushing forward. With each new challenge, he chose to see the opportunities for growth. These experiences taught Gandhi that his journey was about more than personal achievement. It was about building a community grounded in love and respect. He understood that every step he took was not just for him, but for those around him. With every lesson learned, he grew more determined to use his emotional intelligence to create lasting change. Through hard work and dedication, Gandhi transformed his challenges into powerful tools, helping others believe in their own capacity for change. Every obstacle he encountered became a stepping stone toward his vision of equality and freedom. His resolve shone bright, guiding others to explore their strength and resilience. The turning point in Gandhi's journey came during a time of great unrest in India. As he worked hard for justice and peace, a shocking event tested his emotional intelligence like never before. One day, he learned that his followers faced violence from those who opposed their peaceful protests. It broke his heart to hear about the suffering of innocent people. Anger bubbled inside him, but he remembered the importance of staying calm and collected. This was his moment, a test of everything he had learned about emotions and resilience. That day, many of his friends gathered at a large meeting. They were frightened, and worry filled the air. Gandhi felt their fear, and it stirred his own. Everything seemed to rise to a peak as he stood in front of the crowd. He could see the tears on their faces and the doubt in their eyes. In that moment, he felt a heavy weight on his shoulders. Gandhi needed to find the right words to inspire them. He knew this was important for them, and it was a chance to show his strength as a leader. He took a deep breath and focused on the faces in the crowd. Instead of letting anger take over, he remembered his mission, to guide people with love and truth. He spoke gently but firmly, reminding everyone of their common goal. He said, "Our fight is for peace. Violence won't lead to freedom." His voice echoed in the room, and for a moment, he felt as if time stood still. Everyone listened carefully, their hearts hanging on his words. He understood that he was not just speaking. He was leading with both his heart and mind. Despite the pressure, Gandhi knew he had to make a crucial decision. He felt the strong urge to encourage nonviolence. He understood that responding with anger would only lead to more suffering. This clarity helped him gather his thoughts. He reached deep into himself, drawing from his lessons of empathy and self-regulation. He decided that they must stay united, no matter what happened. "We will show them the strength of our hearts by choosing peace," he stated. This decision was not easy. It required immense courage. He worried about the outcomes, yet he stood firm in his belief. As he looked at his followers, he noticed something change in their faces. Slowly, doubt began to fade, and hope started to return. Gandhi had faith in the power of emotional intelligence. He could see that his words were making a difference. When fear is in the air, reassurance becomes a powerful tool. The participants began to nod, their spirits lifting. In that moment, he became the source of strength for everyone in the crowd. His emotional intelligence was shining bright. In the days that followed, they felt the repercussions of the choice they made together. Many were still against them, but Gandhi urged his group to focus on actions that spread love and understanding. They organized peaceful protests, showing the world their commitment to nonviolence. Gandhi's leadership and emotional intelligence inspired many more to join their cause. This peak emotional challenge solidified his role as a leader. As he faced criticism from opponents, his calm demeanor continued to shine through the conflict. Gandhi showed that even amid chaos, there is power in compassion and unity. This moment marked a change in his journey. He learned that true strength comes from understanding and uplifting each other, paving a brighter path ahead. As he stood strong, faced with a difficult decision, he reminded everyone that kindness could overcome hate. He believed in the potential of positive change and knew they were on the right path. As Gandhi took a stand against violence, he felt a new wave of energy within himself. His words cut through the fear in the hearts of his followers. With each sentence, he fostered hope and determination in the crowd. He understood that his emotional intelligence was the key to overcoming their struggles. He began to show incredible resilience, encouraging everyone to keep their spirits high even in the face of uncertainty. His calm demeanor inspired those around him. As he transformed fear into motivation, Gandhi decided to lead a peaceful march through the streets of the city. He believed that showing unity and resolve would help change the attitude of their opponents. Even as some advised him to take up arms, he recalled the choice he had made during difficult moments. He knew that maintaining his path of peace was essential. With this critical decision, he led a diverse group of men and women ready to stand for their rights. Each step they took echoed with hope. Each face reflected the bravery they felt deep down. The march began, and Gandhi noticed a change in the atmosphere. The crowd grew with every passing moment. People from different backgrounds joined together. His actions drew them in, and they felt empowered by the energy surrounding them. Gandhi's use of emotional intelligence had transformed a moment of tension into an opportunity for connection. He showed others how self-control could yield great change. As they walked, he reminded them of the principles of love and nonviolence. The power to change their world lay in their hands. Throughout their journey, Gandhi faced intense scrutiny. The media buzzed with mixed messages, and he felt the weight of those opinions. However, instead of focusing on the negativity, he turned his attention to the empowerment of his people. He spoke energetically and compassionately to the gathered crowd. "We will not be moved by hate. Let our actions reflect our truth." His words ignited feelings of unity in their hearts. Whenever tensions rose, Gandhi took a moment to reflect and center himself. His personal practice of mindfulness helped him remain calm when things felt chaotic. He encouraged those facing doubts to remember that their struggle was shared and meaningful. He inspired his followers through empathy, listening to their fears and addressing their concerns. By showing understanding, he made them feel valued, creating an even tighter bond among the participants. As they continued towards their destination, the group's energy surged. Gandhi's resilience brought them hope, and his empathy built trust. They now walked together with a shared purpose and without fear. This pivotal moment became a catalyst for change, awakening a new spirit within the community. Every person felt a sense of belonging as they carried forward their mutual dreams. Gandhi's example reminded them of the strength of emotional intelligence in moments of strife. He not only faced his own challenges, but also helped others rise above theirs. With each step forward, they challenged the status quo together. His commitment to peace pushed everyone forward. By embodying self-control and resilience, Gandhi showed that it was possible to create a better world without falling into hate. Near the end of the march, Gandhi's heart sang with pride. They had faced intense adversity, but their spirit remained unbroken. They were united as one voice, and that harmony was stronger than any fear. In that moment, Gandhi knew they were on the path to real change. When people work together in love and understanding, they can overcome any challenge. He felt a connection to every individual in the crowd, inspiring them to believe in their power to transform the world. That collective energy would carry them into a brighter future filled with hope, resilience, and unity. Mahatma Gandhi had always dreamed of achieving something great for his country. He wanted India to be free from British rule. However, the journey was not easy. Along the way, he faced many limitations and setbacks. Each challenge tested his resolve, but each one also gave him a chance to grow. At times, he felt sadness overwhelm him as he watched his fellow countrymen suffer under oppression. With every setback, he thought about whether his dream was too big or if he had the strength to move forward. One of the most difficult moments came when he tried to organize a massive protest for peace and rights. People were excited and hopeful, but many others opposed him. The pressure grew as he received threats from authorities. With fear in the air, doubt began to creep into his heart. Would he be able to lead his people? Would they truly follow him if faced with violence? This made him question if any of his efforts could change the reality around them. However, in his darkest moments, Gandhi found strength in his heart. He recalled his early dreams and the values he had embraced. He remembered that change starts from within. He could feel the shared struggle of many others. They had dreams too. They longed for freedom, just like he did. Once he recognized this, hope began to rise within. He knew that despair was not an option. He chose to face the challenge head-on, embracing a powerful determination. Gandhi began speaking to his followers again. He opened his heart and shared his fears with them. He explained that it was okay to feel afraid, but that they should not allow fear to rule their actions. "We have the strength to stand together and make a difference," he said with warmth in his voice. His determination sparked a change in the crowd. They started to believe in him again. In this moment, Gandhi made a critical decision. He would push forward with the protest, showing everyone that fear could be turned into action. As the planned date for the protest drew closer, Gandhi poured his heart into preparing his people. He organized meetings and gathered them to discuss strategies. He emphasized understanding and love during these gatherings. He reassured them that they could be powerful agents of change. Together, they could stand for what they believed in. His empathy ignited a passionate commitment among his followers. They were ready to face their fears. When the day of the protest arrived, Gandhi felt his heart race. The crowd was big, and tension filled the air. But instead of backing down, he rallied himself to be the leader they needed. He reminded everyone why they were there: to fight for justice through nonviolent means. He stood at the front of the crowd, letting his inner strength shine. Gandhi transformed his anxiety into confidence, inspiring others to do the same. As he led them forward, the mood changed. The fear that once held him back now transformed into a trust stronger than ever. Each step was not just a march for freedom. It was a step toward their dreams. Together, they walked toward hope, determined to fight for a better future. In that moment, Gandhi knew this was not just a challenge, but a chance to turn dreams into reality. With unity and resilience, they would create change. Through Gandhi's journey, we learn that achieving meaningful goals often comes with challenges. When faced with setbacks, it is normal to feel despair. However, true strength lies in choosing to rise again. By embracing determination, warmth, and connection to others, we can boost our resolve to keep going. The future is bright for those who dare to dream and face challenges with courage. Together, we can inspire one another and change the world around us. After the successful protest, Gandhi took time to reflect on what had just happened. The energy in the air felt different. There was a sense of hope and excitement among the people. Yet, deep down, he also felt a weight of responsibility. He realized that leading such a large group came with great challenges. He had faced fear, doubt, and pressure. Now that the moment had passed, he took a step back to think about all he had learned. Gandhi found a quiet place to be alone with his thoughts. Underneath a tree, he closed his eyes and took a deep breath. By focusing on his feelings, he recognized how much he had grown. This experience taught him valuable lessons about strength and unity. He was proud of his decision to lead nonviolently, but he understood that the journey was far from over. His heart filled with warmth as he thought of those who stood beside him, ready to fight for a better future together. Reflecting on the months of struggle allowed Gandhi to see how vital emotional well-being was. He realized the importance of helping others through their own obstacles. He did not want to forget what had happened. Instead, he wanted to use these experiences to improve himself and inspire growth in others. He made a commitment to support those around him and help them manage their feelings better. As he gathered with his followers again, he shared his reflections. With every kind word, he encouraged them to think about their individual paths. He spoke of the value of emotional intelligence and how it could change their lives. "Together, we have shown the world strength in our unity," he said. "Now, we must continue to uplift ourselves and each other." His words inspired hope and understanding in the crowd. They connected on a deeper level, recognizing that everyone had a role to play in their community. Gandhi encouraged individuals to express their feelings. He knew that being open and honest about emotions could lead to healing and connection. People began to share their own stories, the struggles they faced, and the lessons they learned. In these moments of sharing, he saw the power of vulnerability. The space became a safe place where everyone could support each other. It was beautiful to witness how they came together, lifting one another and working toward growth. Slowly, in the days that followed, the group became a united force. They focused not only on their external goals, but also on their internal growth. They practiced compassion and empathy among themselves. They understood that it was essential to celebrate small victories and learn from failures. Each setback became a stepping stone toward progress. The bond between them grew stronger, and that united spirit created a light in their community. As time passed, Gandhi felt an inspiring change in their collective mindset. Hope turned into action, and action turned into results. Since overcoming their challenges, they shifted from fear to trust. They discovered that everyone is capable of emotional growth if given the right environment. His followers learned to approach life with positivity, believing in their ability to create meaningful change. Gandhi's own journey of reflection made him a wiser leader. He felt gratitude for all those who had shared their fears and dreams. Each person contributed to the movement. Through these shared experiences, Gandhi showed that emotional growth often starts with reflection. He learned that personal change can lead to community transformation. Together, they took this knowledge and forged a path filled with light, trust, and hope. He felt assured that his journey was not alone. It was a shared adventure. Now, they were all ready to continue moving forward, uplifted and filled with strength. Their dreams were more than just dreams. They would work every day to turn them into reality. As time went on, Gandhi began to see the power of emotional intelligence in action. With each step forward, he felt even more empowered. He knew that this newfound strength was not just for him, it was for everyone around him. He understood that by sharing what he learned about emotional growth, he could help others realize their potential too. With this goal in mind, he started to encourage his followers to speak openly about their feelings. He wanted them to embrace their emotions and understand their importance. Gandhi led workshops where people could express themselves freely. He would often say, "When we share our feelings, we help each other grow." In these moments, he witnessed the power of connection. People started to open up, sharing their dreams, anxieties, hopes, and fears. With each story shared, bravery bloomed in the group. He saw how encouraging vulnerability created a stronger bond among everyone. This supportive environment transformed the group into a family. They inspired one another daily. When doubts arose, whether about their work or the fight for freedom, Gandhi was there to remind them of their worth. He built them up with words of encouragement and kindness. He taught them that failures are not the end. They are simply lessons that make a person stronger. This positive, growth-oriented mindset colors their outlook on life. They were not just following a leader. Together, they were crafting a shared vision of hope. Through regular gatherings, Gandhi empowered them to take bold actions. He instilled in them that they were not just members of a protest, they were agents of change. Each person had unique talents and gifts that could contribute to the betterment of their community. Whether someone was good at speaking, organizing, or caring for the sick, He encouraged them to use these skills for the greater good. Seeing everyone thrive filled his heart with joy. As his followers grew more confident, the group also became a source of inspiration to others in the community. Neighbors began to notice the change and felt drawn to join Gandhi's movement. The light radiating from their unity showed everyone that positive change was possible. Gandhi's emotional intelligence fostered a contagious spirit of determination. It became clear that their future depended not just on their willingness to act, but also on the desire to uplift each other. In this newfound empowerment, failures and challenges no longer felt overwhelming. A sense of urgency remained, urging everyone to continue pushing forward. Gandhi reminded them frequently that time was short and that they must seize each moment. This realization drove them to work diligently for their cause. And just as he believed they could transform their landscape, they began thinking big and dreaming bold. Gandhi also prioritized self-care, recognizing that emotional well-being was essential for progress. He led by example, encouraging everyone to maintain balance between their work for social justice and time spent caring for themselves. He introduced practices like meditation and relaxation to deal with stress. To help others, we must first help ourselves, he often repeated. As they understood the importance of this balance, the group not only elevated their own spirits, but also learned to care for those who struggled. Even during tough moments, they practiced gratitude and positivity. Reflecting on their progress motivated everyone to keep going. Words of appreciation flowed frequently, embracing all the small and significant victories. Gandhi witnessed a miracle. They had shifted from a mindset of fear to one of empowerment and hope. Their collective dreams began to blossom, lighting a path toward freedom and unity. Emotional intelligence had transformed them and would continue guiding them as they moved forward. Each step taken embraced a brighter tomorrow, making them all believe that together they could create real and lasting change. As Gandhi continued to rally his supporters, he occasionally reflected on his life journey and the challenges he faced. He had always wanted to achieve something meaningful for India. Coming from a place of privilege, he could have sought comfort, but he chose a different path. He wanted his country to be free and strong. However, this dream was not without setbacks. He experienced doubt, fear, and even criticism from those who did not believe in his methods. Each of these moments felt heavy, but they also served as stepping stones to greater understanding and growth. One of the most significant challenges happened when he faced fierce opposition from the British authorities. Their actions were harsh, and at times his hopes felt dim. During these moments, it was easy to retreat and feel defeated. However, he did not allow himself to stay stuck in negativity. Instead, he shifted his mind toward action and empowerment. He knew he had to act despite the difficulties. This determination marked a pivotal point in his journey, solidifying his growing resilience. Gandhi started mixing his emotional intelligence with action. He realized that sharing his message of peace could change hearts. Inspired by his hope, he organized community gatherings in different areas. Each meeting focused on discussing their dreams and challenges. He began teaching others that their voices mattered and that they could use them for good. "Speak your truth," he encouraged, "for it is powerful." This message resonated deeply with people. The more he saw people open up, the more he embraced the urgency of action. It reminded him of the power each person had to create change. He urged his followers to take specific steps, reflect on their feelings, connect with others, and act with compassion. "Do not wait for someone else to lead. You have the power inside you," he emphasized during his talks. This spark of empowerment ignited a shift. People felt ready to join hands and fight for their rights. In these gatherings, he offered simple but effective ways for individuals to contribute to their movement. They could write letters, speak to their neighbors, or share stories on social change. Every small action counted. He made sure to remind everyone that progress didn't always look grand or dramatic. It could be as simple as holding a kind conversation or supporting one another through hard times. As those around him began to engage actively, Gandhi noticed changes taking root within their community. People began working on local projects and spreading kindness, which created a ripple effect. Gandhi felt a warm sense of pride. Their collective dreams were unfolding before him. They were truly empowering one another. With these actions and shared experiences, he understood that they were not just working for a cause. They were building a future together. Everyone felt seen and heard. This sense of unity gave them courage to face any opposition. Gandhi's heart thrived on this newfound energy and focus. The challenges that once seemed like walls now transformed into pathways leading toward victory. At that moment, with progress blooming around him, Gandhi felt certain that his dream could become reality. The crowd had solidified their goals and projected their shared passion into the future. Together, they were ready to face any challenge that lay ahead, knowing they had each other's backs. With a united spirit and renewed determination, they prepared to take bold steps forward. This was their moment to shine. Gandhi's journey of emotional intelligence had prepared him well. Now they were ready for the true resolution that awaited them, filled with promise and hope. Today, Mahatma Gandhi stands as a monumental figure, a beacon of hope and inspiration for many. He has led his people on a journey toward freedom, confronting immense challenges and emerging more resilient. His commitment to nonviolence and emotional intelligence has reshaped not only his life, but the lives of countless others. As he reflects on his journey, he recognizes the transformational power of empathy, understanding, and unity. Currently, he is focusing on a new mission, educating the younger generation about peace and justice. He strongly believes that the future rests in the hands of youth. Gandhi knows that fostering emotional intelligence and compassion in the young can create a better world. Schools and community centers invite him to speak, and he eagerly shares his experiences. Every story, every lesson he imparts touches the hearts of those who listen. He encourages young people to embrace their emotions, trust their instincts, and champion what is right. Gandhi's method is simple yet effective. He believes in small, meaningful conversations. When addressing students, he urges them to reflect on their feelings. He teaches them the value of listening and connecting with others. He emphasizes that each young person has something valuable to offer. You have the power to inspire, to create change, he often tells them. His words resonate deeply, sparking a flame of determination in the hearts of many. With every talk, Gandhi witnesses the seeds of change begin to sprout. Young people engage in community projects, advocating for social justice. They learn to stand up for their rights while helping others. Their actions show that they are not just passive observers in the world. They have a voice, and they plan to use it. He thinks about the power behind collective action and the courage that accompanies it. Shaped by his own journey, Gandhi remains open to learning. He values his community's feedback and actively listens to their stories. He understands that growth is a continuous cycle. In discussions with his supporters, he reminds everyone that they are all in a learning process. Every small victory counts, he emphasizes, echoing the playful spirit of progress. This mindset creates an environment where everyone feels empowered to share their thoughts without fear. His current initiative is leading the movement toward not only social change, but also emotional well-being. He leads workshops where people explore mindfulness, connection, and empathy. These gatherings provide a safe space for individuals to confront their feelings and grow from their experiences. The conversations stimulate bonds among community members, enhancing their understanding of one another. It is uplifting to see the collective spirit of hope and warmth flourishing once more. Everything he does reinforces his core belief: change is possible when we act with compassion. Gandhi's journey has shown him that emotional intelligence is the key to unlocking potential. He now knows that by nurturing this within himself and those around him, they can build the world they desire. As he looks to the future, he remains hopeful. He feels encouraged by the energy and passion of the younger generation. Together, they are ready to fight for dignity, justice, and equality. Inspired by the challenges they have faced, Gandhi knows they will continue the work he started. The paths of growth and learning extend before them, filled with limitless possibilities. His journey is far from over, but now he steps forward alongside a vibrant community, united in purpose and spirit. They are ready to create a brighter future, one where love and compassion reign supreme. As Gandhi's journey evolved, it became clear that his story was about much more than just personal achievements. The lessons he learned along the way served to inspire not only those around him, but also future generations. His life demonstrated the profound impact of emotional intelligence, empathy, and nonviolence. These values resonated deeply within his community and extended far beyond. One of the most important lessons from Gandhi's life is the power of kindness. He believed that acting with love can break down walls. By responding to hate with compassion, he showed the world how we can stand together despite our differences. His teachings encourage us to approach conflicts with understanding rather than anger. This approach has inspired countless people to build bridges in their communities and work for peace. Additionally, Gandhi's commitment to self-reflection remains a vital message. He understood that personal growth is a continuous journey. By encouraging his followers to embrace their emotions, he helped them discover their strengths. Reflecting on one's feelings leads to deeper understanding and connection with others. This key lesson teaches readers that taking the time to understand oneself can foster a greater ability to support and uplift those around them. Emphasizing self-awareness, Gandhi inspired individuals to take positive action rooted in compassion and empathy. Gandhi's impact reached beyond societal change. It encouraged doing the right thing in our everyday lives. He modeled how we can make a difference even with small acts of kindness. Whether it is listening to someone's story or standing up for what is fair, each action counts. This legacy of acting with purpose has encouraged countless people to engage actively with their communities and work toward justice. In our world today, Gandhi's lessons are as relevant as ever. We face unimaginable challenges that may seem insurmountable. However, his story illustrates that through teamwork and empathy, we can overcome even the most significant obstacles. Readers find hope in his journey. They see that transformation begins with us. By believing in ourselves and supporting each other, we can foster positive change. Moreover, Gandhi's life reminds us of the importance of staying true to one's values. In times of pressure or doubt, holding firm to our principles can guide us through difficult choices. His journey inspires us to always pursue our dreams while remaining compassionate. All the lessons he imparted continue to inspire individuals to take action in their own lives. Today, many movements for change around the world draw inspiration from Gandhi's teachings. Activists strive for peaceful resolutions to conflicts, highlighting the same authority of love and compassion he championed. His impact can be seen in social justice, equality, and even environmental awareness. This is a powerful reminder that one person can spark a movement that echoes across time and space. As we reflect on Gandhi's legacy, we recognize the potential each of us has to create meaningful change. We are all capable of making our worlds a better place. Our everyday actions, rooted in positive values, can construct a brighter future for all. So let us carry forward the spirit of Gandhi into our lives. With courage, compassion, and understanding, we can become agents of change. Our journeys are just beginning, and there are still many lessons to learn and share with the world.